Funeral prayer. In the funeral prayer, 4 takbirat are recited after the niyyah, and a dua is recited after the third one. Sana is recited after the first takbir. Durood Sharif is recited after the second takbir, and the funeral dua is recited after the third takbir. And there is no ruku nor sajda in this salah. Funeral prayer of adult. O Allah, forgive those of us who are living and those of us who are dead, those of us who are present and those of us who are absent, our young and our old, our male and our female. O Allah, to whomsoever of us thou givest life, grant him life as a believer, and whomsoever of us thou takest in death, take him in death as a follower of Islam. O Allah, do not withhold from us the reward of faith and do not lead us astray after his death. Dua of minor male child. O Allah, make him an abundance for us, and make him a reward and a treasure for us, and make him an intercessor and one who is interceded for us. Dua of minor female child. O Allah, make her an abundance for us, and make her a reward and a treasure for us, and make her an intercessor and one who is interceded for us. Commentary on Namaz Jummah. The salah that is offered on Friday, instead of Witr prayer, is called the Jummah prayer. The difference is that 2 rak'ats are furts in Jummah prayer and 2 khutbahs are delivered before the 2 rak'ats. 4 rak'ats before Jummah and 6 rak'ats after it are sunnat muakkada. Though, one should remember that Jummah prayer is only offered in the city, not in small villages, whereas Witr prayer is offered in the village. There are 2 adans called out for Jummah. The first adhan indicates the preparation for Jummah and going to the masjid, which is the only work that is permissible. The imam gives 2 khutbahs after the second adhan, and it is not permissible to offer any prayer or speak to anyone during khutbah. Listening to the khutbah attentively is an obligation. Eidain Prayer. On the day of Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, after Ishraq, the time after the sun rises, it is obligatory to offer 2 rak'at prayers for adult men in the city. In this prayer, after the first takbir, one should recite Sana. After the completion of Sana, the imam will recite takbir, Allahu Akbar, 3 times. At the first 2 calls of takbir, one should raise hands up to the ears, and after reciting takbir, Allahu Akbar, in a low voice, should bring hands down and leave them earthwards. But, after the third takbir, one should set them on his navel as done in the normal prayers. After these 3 takbirs, the imam will recite the Holy Quran. After rising for the second rak'ah, the imam will begin the recitations from the Holy Quran. When the imam finishes his recitation, he will recite 3 takbirs once again. At each takbir, one should raise his hands up to the ears, and after saying, Allahu Akbar, bring them down and leave them earthwards. After these 3 takbirs have been called and completed, the imam will say another takbir for bowing down into the ruku position. At this takbir, no need to raise hands, just bow down for ruku, saying, Allahu Akbar. Imam delivers 2 sermons after 2 rak'ats of Eid prayers, and all the worshippers leave after listening to this. Witr Prayer. It is obligatory to offer 3 rak'ats after Isha prayer. The prayer comprises only 3 rak'ats, and in the 3rd rak'at after the Qira'at and recitation of Takbir, Du'a Qanut is read and the rest of the prayer is offered normally. Du'a Qanut is obligatory on both the Imam and the follower, and both recite it silently. Du'a Qanut. It is narrated from Hazrat Khaja bin Huzaifa that, Allah has bestowed upon you another prayer, that is even better than red camels, the ones that are considered to be the most precious treasure, that is Witr Prayer, that whose time Allah has appointed from Isha prayer till the Fajr prayer. Taraweeh Prayer. In Ramadan, Taraweeh prayer is also Sunnat-e Mu'akkada. Leaving it and not offering it is a sin. Females often leave the Taraweeh prayer, and this should not be done. Recitation of the complete Holy Quran in sequence in the Taraweeh prayer is Sunnat-e Mu'akkada. In case there is an apprehension due to a valid reason, excuse that the followers may not be able to stand through it patiently, then the last 10 surahs can be recited. Each rak'at should have 1 surah. The surahs may be recited again after the completion of the 10th surah, or any other surahs can be recited also. To offer Taraweeh in the whole month of the blessed Ramadan is sunnah. Even so, the Quran finishes before the end of Ramadan. For example, if the Quran is finished in the first 15 days, it is Sunnat-e Mu'akkada to offer Taraweeh in the remaining days. The Holy Prophet said that Allah made fasting obligatory, and I have made the staying up at night, listening and reciting of the Quran in Taraweeh, sunnah for you. As Mu'akkada it is also important. Whoever keeps fasts out of faith and in the hope of reward and stays up at night, he will be as free of his sins as the day his mother bore him.